Hi, Mama. Kisty, welcome in. Brian, wait, is it Brian? James? It was James, right? Lima, welcome in. Twinkerbell, hello, hello. Bill, welcome in. Thank you, Lima. I appreciate you. Hi. I love your bio. I'm following you back. Thank you. Welcome. Is this your first time here on a Monday? We're going to talk about ego. We are going to talk about ego. We'll get started in just a few minutes. That's my timer that says we get started in just a few minutes. Crystal's in the house. Welcome in. Happy Monday. I think I followed you a long time ago and awesome. I appreciate you. Yeah, we're going to talk about ego tonight. We're going to talk about what it looks like on both sides. A lot of people associate ego with narcissism. And I'm here to tell you and here to break it to you, not gently, that ego also lives in the empath. So, yeah, I struggle. Then you are in the right place. And also, I have another lady for you that deals and helps women in that space. The dark empath. So we're going to talk about it. There's so many words around ego and around empath and narcissist and all of that. And we're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to talk a little bit here for about an hour on TikTok. Megan, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. And then we will head over to the Sacred Middle, which is a small all-women's group coaching. And we're going to just dive really deep into this, into our personal stories and how we can work through that in our personal lives. Heather, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, Lima, we meet every Monday here on TikTok, and then every Monday also right after that we have the Sacred Middle. Ooh. Oh, so this goes right along with what you're reading. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate you. Yeah, performance. Yes. And Lima, one of the things which you're probably already reading in that book is that from childhood we learn that performance equals love. Right? And so our ego just picked up a different outfit of what that looks like, right? The empath or the people pleaser or the anxious attached, those are all clumped into one, and that outfit looks different, right? And then the other outfit is the dismissive avoidant or the narcissist or what else did I say? Or, yeah, all of those things. Those are all clumped into that. But what we don't talk about is, I'm gonna get to that. What we don't talk about is that ego isn't bad. So we're gonna get to that. Ego isn't bad. And there actually isn't two egos, it's one ego. And really, it's just your nervous system trying to keep you safe. And so we nerd out more on this in the Sacred Middle, but we will talk about some of it here. Well, I'm glad that you feel safe. Does that mean we're evil due to ego? Absolutely not. And I believe that a lot of the spiritual places, a lot of the self-help and religious communities talk about how ego is bad. Even, in talking with narcissists and stuff like that, we talk about the death of the ego, right? And it's really not the death of any part of us. It's the integration and learning to integrate those parts of us, love on them actually, and they all serve a purpose. Bruce, welcome in. Heather, thank you for the gifts. I was reading that book, Phil. I had some traits. We all have traits. We all have narcissistic traits. Okay? Does that mean all of these labels and words are great information to guide us to working through our shit, but they're not who we are. Okay? They're adaptations, they're coping mechanisms that we have picked up along the way to protect us and keep us safe. Carrie's in the house. Welcome in. Thank you, Heather. So let's see. So that is what we're going to be talking about tonight. Can I get a 1 in the chat if you're excited about this conversation? That's good, right, Carrie? Welcome back. Welcome back, Mom. And Lima, I see you. It can feel so overwhelming, right? And I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not here to sugarcoat this shit. That's not what I do. It is a lot of fucking work. Is it worth it? Hell yes. Is it tough and kind of lonely sometimes if you don't have... But even if you have people, it gets lonely sometimes, okay? But it is a lot of work, but here we talk about baby steps. So we take a deep breath and we just tackle one thing at a time. Because guess what, Lima? There is no finish line. There's no finish line, which can be super frustrating for some of us who are goal-oriented and we're like, okay, get this, and this, right? That's not how this works. There's no finish line. Hi, Mama. Lima's like, but I was talking about narcissistic people in therapy today. Now this, oh boy. I hate to break it to you, but narcissists and empaths are very similar. And all it is, all those words, all those verbiage, what's happening to each people is just a different outfit they picked up for their nervous system to survive. Yes, just living life with the family and healing myself, choosing me first. Hell yes, Carrie. Psh, high five. Love that. I grew up in a narcissistic family. A lot of people did. And a lot of people also grew up in an empath family. What we don't talk about is the destruction of that as well, and what happens to our nervous system growing up in a people-pleasing family, right? Neither are excuses for the pain or erase what our experiences are. Okay, I'm here to validate that 1,000%, which is one of the first steps, right? But narcissists get shit on a lot and the empaths look pretty, and that's just not how it is. It's the same control, just in a different outfit. So our past experiences made us who we are today, but we can choose who we want to be in the future. Rick, hell to the yes. Welcome in. If you're new here, hello. You're better than my therapist. I feel like I'm talking. Lima, I hear you. That makes me want to cry. Thank you. The reason being is I've spent a lot of time, energy, research, training, because we didn't get that, right? From the therapists and the doctors and the counselors. I was lucky enough to have the willpower to continue to go through lots of different therapists, lots of different counselors to find something that worked. This is why I'm so passionate about what I do now. Okay? It's because this information should be given to everybody. That breaks my heart. And honestly, Lima, it's one of the reasons that I do what I do. Because we all need somebody safe who understands and gets it and can help us do it in our day-to-day life. We all choose our mask to keep us safe, that's right. I'm an empath and struggle with emotional regulation. Girl, Carrie, we all do, whether you're a narcissist, empath, in between, up, down, blue, black, gray, purple, if you're a yes person, a no person, if you're attached or avoidant, we all as humans struggle with regulation. There is not one person that is always regulated. Fight me on it. I will have hours of conversation with you about this. As humans, we will become dysregulated, which is actually healthy and normal and natural. I digress. What if you can't cry? Seriously. That's totally understandable, Carrie, because that just means that your nervous system has said it is not safe to cry. And when we shut things down, we don't get to shut which parts we want down, right? They just automatically get shut down. And I would bank money that it's really hard to feel joy as well. Because when we shut down other emotions, when we turn them off, they all turn off. Tara! My father ruined a lot of self-perception. I loved art design. Lima, you are in the right spot. I'm just saying, I just got this. And I'm going to start a series, y'all. I'm just saying. Just got it. Yeah. Our sense of self was destroyed as a child, and as adults, we're figuring out who the fuck we are. You are not alone. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Right, Lima? I hear a lot of people shaming for crying. I am catching up, guys. Thank you for being patient. Oh, Carrie, I see you. Okay, I see you guys. I see you guys. Oh, okay. Hunter! Wait, is Hunter here or is he just live? Okay, let's see. I can't even do art and group therapy. And, you know, that makes sense. And what I would say to that is creating safety in micro moments, right? So that your nervous system can recognize that it's safe to do those things again. That doesn't come fast. What I mean by that, Lima, is it's a muscle that you're going to rebuild if that's something that's passionate for you. But before you can get to that, it's, in my opinion, honoring the grief and what happened to you before you can get to the other side of it. So it's a process. And this is what I do with my clients. I walk with them each step of the way so they can learn how to come back home to themselves. Okay, Heather. Oh, I love that you have your husband. It's like layers. Yes, it's an onion. And I could talk about that for hours. Hunter! Okay. Michelle, hello, hello, hello. Okay, welcome in, guys. Yes, time for... your superheroes. I love that. Parascooter! Hello, hello. We're going to talk about egos. Hi! Oh, I haven't been called Burr in a really long time. I miss you too. How are you? I support whatever you need to do, Heather, to keep yourself safe. In this space, we definitely... In this space here, I definitely want it to be safe. And if you feel that that is not possible, then again, I honor and support whatever you need to do. Carrie's in the house. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. Happy Monday. Before we get started, quick shout out to all the amazing ladies who are playing the nervous system games. I was counting points today. You guys are just killing it. It is awesome watching you guys interact with one another and lift one another up. I appreciate you. If you have not joined the nervous system games, you are not out. There is time. Every comment, you guys, I am counting every comment, every post, every like. If you like one of my videos, I am counting that. If you comment on a video, I'm counting that. If you repost a video or save a video, those get more points. If you duet a video, those get more points. If you buy a seat for the Sacred Middle on Monday nights, that gets you 10 points. If you duet one of my videos, that gets you 30 points. I'm juiced about this, if you cannot tell, right? It is so awesome. One of the reasons that I'm so excited about it is because I love walking alongside you guys. And as a mom, as a wife, as a woman, as a fucking human, the holidays are crazy no matter how regulated our nervous systems are or how good we are at it. It's nice having a person there with you, right? So one woman will be able to take the whole prize, which is over $750 in coaching with me. That means you get 4 one-on-one sessions in December, okay? You get text message one-on-one with me all of December. My family, you can ask my family. We don't even talk that much. They try, okay? And then you get a seat in the Sacred Middle all of December. So don't miss out on this chance to just, you're on TikTok anyway, right? Let's go. So I appreciate you guys. It's fun. I'm having fun. And that is one of the other points is healing can be fun and we can do it and work together. Mike, welcome in. Tonight, y'all, we're talking about the ego. We're talking about ego. Okay, so if you're new here, hi, I'm Amber McCrae. I am a connection coach. I'm a nervous system coach. I love what I do and I throw everything into it. Okay, this is my sole purpose. And so I love it. Tonight we are talking about ego. Welcome in, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. I appreciate you. Ashley, I saw you. Supermom, welcome in. Thank you for the likes. Okay. If you have ever said, let's get a 1 in the chat. Denise Maria's in the house. Let's go. Yes or no? Do you help so you won't feel left out? Do you help so you won't feel left out? Yes, no. Or have you ever helped so that you wouldn't feel left out? Or hell yes, me, I have. Welcome in, Supermom. Ashley. So I got the other side of the pendulum in here, right? Do you push people away first so they can't leave? Copy that. I see you, Denise Maria. Do you ever push people away first so you don't get hurt? That's probably a more accurate question. Do you push people away first so you don't get hurt? Welcome in, everybody. Do you shrink so no one gets upset? I gotta get some airflow in here. My goodness. How do I get this thing off the screen? Okay, there we go. Do you pick a fight to stay in control? Do you pick a fight to stay in control? Or have you? We're all in here working on these things. Welcome in, Joanne. Me either. No. Here's one that you might not think about it. Do you get quiet to stay in control? Do you get quiet to stay in control? Betsy Ross, welcome in. Yeah. Have you confused power with safety? Have you confused power with safety? Yes, I have as well. I love the honesty. I love the vulnerability. I love that, right? Carrie, I love that you said this, because we're going to talk about how most of the time it's unconscious. That's kind of what we're going to talk about tonight, is how, you know, the label narcissist, right, gets this huge rap and is so focused on ego. But when we talk about empath, do you hear anybody talking about ego in the empath conversations? I don't. Nope. And I just want to give a shout out to the Fire Beneath the Mask. First of all, she's an amazing mod. Can we get some love in the chat for her? She kills it. We have recovery coach Holly, who is also, she's not in here yet, but can we just get some love for the Fire Beneath the Mask? She's an amazing mod. She's also a coach, okay? She helps women with narcissism and NPD and BPD. Check her shit out. She is phenomenal. And shout out, because this was off one of her ideas to talk about. So thank you. Love is sending hello, hello. Okay. Let me pull up my notes. Do you guys have any questions before we get started? Mention ego and empath and the room went silent. Carrie's all, bitch, we haven't even started the conversation yet. I don't have questions. Yeah, we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about empath, narcissist, ego is at play equally the same in both. It just looks different. They're wearing different outfits. Okay? It's like if ego, here's ego. Okay? Hold on. We're going to do an analogy. Shout out ego. Hunter! Okay, so this is ego, okay? Now, when he was a kid, he learned that safety was through performance. That was either shrinking or getting big, okay? So he had to choose when he was a little kid. Okay, little Dino had to choose how he was going to keep himself safe and get the love and attention, food, clothing, schooling, all of the things that he wanted and needed. He had to figure out how to get them. Okay? And so he chooses to be quiet, try to make mom and dad happy by being quiet, not saying anything, by doing everything that they want, by giving all of his snacks away so that everybody will like him, by reading the room and being able to determine whose footsteps are coming, right? That's the empath. That's the anxious attached, okay? The pursuer, however you want to call it, okay? That's one outfit that he could have chose. Now say he has another choice, and that is to get big. Look at me. Look at me. Here I am. This is me, right? And doing everything that their caregiver, mom and dad wanted them to do. Shine big, do all of the things. Be mean, I'm angry, look, I'm really loud. It's just which adaptation, coping mechanism that happened to fall into his hands through lots of things. Through how he was raised, right? Through his parents, through society, through all of those things, how he was programmed, okay? He just picked up whichever shirt, whatever you want to call it, okay? People want to call it empath and narcissist, what they want to call it. You know, there's so many different names for it. All the names mean is to help us understand what's happening on the fucking inside. Not to define who we are, but to help us understand what the fuck is going on internally. Yeah, Carrie, and sometimes we flip-flop, right? Because we're like, this shit's not working. We have to change our strategy. Lemon Lady, welcome in. Can I get a 1 in the chat if you guys are following? If you guys are with me, we're on the same page. Dino's on the same page with us. Do you guys understand that empath, narcissists are the same ego? It's not two different egos, okay? There's so many misconceptions about that. They can feel completely different. They can look completely different, right? Because one is on one side of the pendulum and the other is on the other side of the pendulum. You're good, no worries. So they can look so different and they can feel so different. And I'm going to say something out loud. One gets a prettier rap and the other gets shit on. And we're stopping that now through awareness. Okay? Both are fighting to be seen and heard. 100% Carrie. Okay? And we don't talk about the damage that comes from being raised and choosing the empathic way, right? That's praised upon. That is lifted on a pedestal as a gift. Thank you, Antares. Right? Especially in the spiritual community. I'm not saying that being an empath is bad. I'm saying, that's cute, thank you. I'm saying, let's be aware of what is actually happening. What's going on? Okay, so when we pass down, thank you, Hunter, I appreciate you. The difference is the trauma we endured. I feel like the difference is which adaptation, which shirt we chose to pick up, which mask we chose. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I receive. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Which mask we chose to put on to survive and to try to keep us safe. No, you're good. I love the interaction because it allows me to be able to say things in a different way also. So I appreciate you. Melissa, welcome in. If you guys have questions, throw them in the chat. So ego's job, some absorb pain to feel needed, others protect it to feel powerful. Both orbit the same ego wound. Boom! Yes, exactly. I don't think I can pin. Oh, look at that. I can. Okay. So ego is not bad. It's our sense of self. Okay. Our sense of self is looking to be safe. So it's trying to regulate. It's trying to keep itself safe. Okay. So it lives in the default mode network. Ego is necessary. So the default mode network is a system that builds the story of me, of who I am. Okay? One nervous system, two different survival strategies. I use my ego all the time. I don't let it take over. And so this is understanding what ego's role is so important, right? And we could talk more about that in the sacred middle and in another, like how we can use ego. That's a great, how we can tap into and be aware and use ego, right? Because we hear also a lot, the death of the ego, kill the ego. And I'm like, no, Tara's like, no, no, we're not killing any parts of ourselves. Okay. If you grew up religious, that, I'm going to be honest, that does, my body has a visceral reaction. I get so triggered. Like, when I hear like the death of the ego or killing off parts of ourselves or parts of us are shameful or bad or from Satan, right? I feel that in my chest right now. I feel it in my stomach. It makes me want to just vomit. Because people say that because they don't know how to sit in all of the stuff. They don't know how to feel it, sit in it. And when they don't know what to do with it, they try to make it go away. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Would you say ego is a part of our light? Yes. Yes. Our ego also is the one that helps us shine, puts us out there, right? Oh, I love that. The littles are really good teachers, right? And control isn't even bad, right? It's just understanding when it's coming up and why it's coming up, what's happening to us. Then I know we're on the same page when it comes to ego. We usually are, except for some things. It's nice to have you here. I appreciate you taking a break from the other platform and coming over here to the lonely tickety talk. Because everything's good. Yes. Okay, so when stress spikes, the bridge between our left and right brain, the corpus callosum. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. It slows down, okay? And then what happens is the left brain grips and the right floods with emotion. Not two egos, just like split communication. Our bodies are like, right? So when the bridge sinks, the ego softens, right? When we feel safe, the ego's like, okay, I can be safe, I can soften, I can calm down, right? But when we don't feel safe, control comes out. We need to control. And that's really what we're talking about with a lot of, like, when we say empathic and narcissist, it's control. It's how we are controlling to keep us safe, how we are manipulating the situation and people to see us, our sense of self. Yes. Okay, it's just for the conversation. I got it. Exactly. Oops. Okay. The deeper self that always been waiting to be seen. Right. To feel safe to be seen. Right. So maybe the empathic side is like, I don't feel safe to speak up and use my words. And so I stay small. Right. And so that part that is wanting to feel safe to be seen is bigness. Right. And on the flip side, the narcissist side, they've never really felt safe to be vulnerable and soft. And so they have to protect by being big and closing people out. But really, they want to be able to be vulnerable and feel safe in that. All of this is an attempt to control perception of self. Yes. Does anybody have any questions? What is this? I don't know what that is. AI? I don't know what that is. Okay. Anywho. Any questions? Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm hitting things. I didn't mean to ask you to join. I'm sorry. Oh, I love that. Okay, this is a beautiful moment. Tara says, my body is shaking like I'm cold. I'm so passionate about this topic. Tom, is that you? Welcome in. This is a moment I want you guys to just check in. What is happening with your body? My heart is racing. My hands are shaking. I feel jittery in my stomach because I'm excited and anxious and want to make sure that I get all my words out and convey it properly. I don't want to miss anything. I feel a pressure in my chest. Let's get curious about that. What is that? I want to do this topic justice. So there's a nervousness to get it right. That makes sense. But we know that just showing up and having this conversation is enough. How do we know when it's ego and not the healing parts of us? Well, it's a beautiful question. Ego is part of the healing process, right? And so what I would ask instead is, let's get curious about when we feel like we have to control. When we feel like we have to defend what's coming up for our bodies, right? So when we feel like we have to control a situation, that's where ego steps in. And I think what's more important is, why do we feel like we have to control that situation? I'm not saying that it's bad, good. There's so many steps before that. And so I really urge to get curious of just noticing. If you're not noticing already when your body shifts in like a trigger, let's just use that. When your body changes, when you get triggered, are you noticing that? If you're not noticing that, we need to start there. Is there a right or wrong? Is there a one size fits all answer? For which question? Hey. Which question? Welcome in. Hunter, which one were you talking about? Is it control we are looking for? Could you reiterate that, Carrie? If I didn't answer already. I love questions, please. I love questions. So would you say there's a fine line of ego that falls between cockiness and confidence? This is one of my favorite. I would say that the difference is ego is looking for control. Ego is looking to keep us safe. Control is is one of the ways it uses to make sure that happens. Okay? So on the very biology of it, is your nervous system is trying to regulate itself. The ego is trying to keep us safe. It's trying to find a way to regulate our nervous system. It picks up control as a way to help that, to try to do that. Most of the time, ego in healing is not arrogant. It's protection. Yeah, I think that it's always protection. Okay, so would you say there's a fine line of ego that falls between cockiness and confidence? Here's what I want to say about that, is that the person is only going to know, okay? Because, okay, how do I want to say this? A few things. Intent, getting curious about where it's coming from. Okay, if I say right now, I am a really good coach, that makes me emotional because I want to share with you that I do genuinely feel like I'm a really good coach. I'm telling you that because I want to help you and because I'm really proud of myself for working so hard and sticking with it. Okay? If I were to tell you I'm a really good coach because I want your perception of me, I want you to see me as a good coach, because if you don't see me as a good coach, then I have failed, and that I feel shame. There is the difference. That's control, right? If I'm feeling threatened or not enough, and I'm like, I'm a good coach because I need you to see me as a good coach because I actually don't see myself as a good coach, and I need you to, otherwise I'm going to have to feel the shame and all the ickiness of whatever I feel about myself. Does that answer your question? And you know, I don't always think that confidence is quiet. I don't. I used to, but I don't. I think that confidence could be loud, right? And here's a beautiful example of that is when we were kids, most of the time, not everybody and not every person, but just say you're a kid and you have colored a pic, you have built a Lego thing and you're proud of it and you're like, everybody look at my Legos, look at, I built this. And everybody's like, that's so cool. And you're dancing it around and you're like, hell yeah. Well, okay, maybe not hell yeah. My kids are, but anyway. Yeah, I built this, right? And they're proud of themselves and other people are proud of them too. I don't believe that those children are doing that out of ill intent. I think that they're excited and happy and proud of themselves. I think that that can be big too. So could lack of control and intent be the difference of ego and egotistical? Yeah, I think that in my opinion, the difference really lies in, are we trying to control how people perceive us so that we don't have to feel whatever we're feeling, right? Is there something different going on inside? Does it not match what's happening on the inside? For me, that's the difference, right? That's okay. We could disagree. My confidence shows when I walk into a room and I don't say a word. I would say that's very loud. And then what is loud, right? These are all words that we could dissect, because some people would say that's quiet. Like you don't have to say anything, right? I think also what comes into play here is that this is where the internal and external validation comes in from my view, okay? So I personally believe that we need and want validation internally and externally. And I think both are very healthy. I think what happens is when one tips the scales, okay? And mostly that's when we only get external validation, right? And we have to, again, prove that we are enough, lovable, good, because we don't feel it. So we need external validation and people to tell us these things because we don't feel that from within. So for me, it's more of like a, I don't like the word balance, but yeah, balance is, are we getting it internally? Are we giving it to ourselves? Do we believe that about ourselves also? Or are we only getting the external? Now, let's see. I'm catching up. I'm nonchalant about my confidence. Now, is that because, so we could dissect this. Is this because you don't really feel confident, or you feel like it's boasting and arrogant and cocky? Are you afraid to shine? So it's about getting curious, in my opinion. Ego demands validation. Confidence moves in truth with or without applause. I would agree and also disagree. Like, we can give ourselves validation, right? So that confidence with or without applause, yes, that's the internal. But I do believe as humans that we are created for connection, and it does feel good, and it is healthy and necessary to get outside validation, in my personal opinion and my professional opinion. So rather than a fine line between, it's more so the balance. Yeah, it's for me, it's about getting curious. Where is it coming from? What is happening underneath, right? Am I saying this or posting this or whatever I'm doing? Why am I doing it? What am I trying to get out of it? Can I give it to myself? Am I giving it to myself? Do I need both? The play on words. I'm trying my best. Certified trauma life coach, welcome in. Does anybody have any questions? I'm getting lost with understanding confidence versus ego. I believe that, what if we were to say, okay, thank you, Hunter. We appreciate ya. Have an amazing night. Confidence versus ego. I think that confidence comes from ego. That's, in my opinion, the healthy portion of it. Let's ask ChatGPT. Shall we? Like when you give advice but can't receive, the ego gives, but lack of confidence is why you don't accept. Yes. I too think we need a little ego to feel confident in ourselves. And again, ego is the sense of self, right? Okay. I love the way that it puts this. I love having a second brain. Okay. Okay. Confidence is the absence of defense. It comes from the grounded safety. Your body trusts you can handle rejection, failure, or difference without losing worth, right? So that's when, in my opinion, right, when we feel safe, when ego can relax and is in the calm state. The ego is present but quiet, serving instead of leading. So it's still at play. It's just navigating differently. And I think too, Tara, what we're going into, I feel like also is this can lead into having to prove, right? When ego gets loud and having to prove our worth, that is different, right? And oh, wow. Yeah. And we could dissect this more. We're going to dive a bit deeper. It's already 4:45. And so, you guys, if you want to continue this conversation and talk about confidence and see how the difference between cockiness and confidence, everything that we're talking about, we're going to continue this conversation in the sacred middle. Just a little snippet, you get 10 extra points also towards the nervous system games if you purchase that ticket. Please, yes. One last little tidbit. Let's see. Motivation is expression versus protection. So I think that too, Tara, is where it's coming. The expression can be big, right? The focus is truth versus image. And the need is connection versus control. We're going to talk more about this in the sacred middle. I love these topics. You guys, if there is something that you're dealing with, that you're struggling with, a topic that you want to talk about, send it my way. It could be anything. I don't care. Sex, drug, rock and roll, whatever. Everything in between. Yes. When love feels earned, kids build egos to survive instead of selves to be seen. And I would say when love feels earned, some kids build all taboo, off topic, off all of them. That's all we love talking about here. Shoot, come on. To survive instead of, yeah. So that's everybody instead of selves to be seen. And that goes across the board, whatever mask you chose to pick up to survive as a child. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for engaging in the conversations. I absolutely love it. I love the energy exchange. I love talking about these things. I love learning together and sharing and growing. Reminder, I'm just going to give a little, as of today, if you are in here, I know some of you are playing the Nervous game. Let's see if I can find it. I'm just going to say Fire Beneath the Mask is on the board. Carrie's on the board. Jordan's on the board. Ashley's on the board. I'm just saying. Okay, guys, I appreciate you. What are we talking about next week? Play. We're talking about play next week. I might change that. We'll see. Play. So far, we're talking about play. I'll let y'all know if we change it, but we're talking about play because guess what? We're doing all the work, but are you living? Are you having fun? Or are you just healing like another fucking job? There's that. I love it. We hope to see you, Carrie. All right, guys. Remember, fuck perfect. Have an amazing night. I'll see you later. Bye.